This is Mark Carrington from mybitcoinprofits.com. You will recall my last note before I went up to the mountains last week was that Bitcoin had climbed out of the triangle and I was waiting for the retest on the downtrend line. So the chart we have here in front of you it's a Bitcoin against the US dollar. It's a daily chart, and this is the state it was in at the time. So this last bar is the price had cleared out of the triangle and had tested this medium-term downtrend line. So I was looking to go long, provided I got the right sort of reversal signals. And I said there were three possible reversal signals. So I'll draw those up quickly as to what they are and how they work. The first is what we call a ring low. So the bar makes a lower low, the bar afterward makes a lower high and a lower low, and the bar afterwards makes a higher low, so we're going higher, and a higher high. So that is item number one. It's called a ring low. Item number two is what we call a low test bar. And basically what happens in a low test bar is the price opens at a level, it goes up, goes down, tests the bottom and closes somewhere near the level. So the bar looks something like this. So it has a long tail. So we call that a low test. And the low test bar is particularly valuable if this low is testing some sort of support level. And the third type of bar is what we call a bullish engulfing bar. So the bullish engulfing bar is we've got a bar here and then price starts somewhere down here, takes the low out and then goes up and takes the high out, and then we're interested in trading above there. So to summary, a ring low, a low test bar and a bullish engulfing bar. Now, so what has actually happened in this trade? I've cheated a bit here and I've put the chart as the last bar, so I can just roll this chart across and show the next bar. So the next bar, you will notice that we've got a start somewhere near the top, it's gone down and it's pulled up, and it's actually testing a level. This green line here, my protocol is it's a green line is a horizontal level that is drawn from the weekly chart. That's why it's green, and we'll see there's a reversal here on the daily, and we'll actually, if I convert this for a weekly, it'll start looking a little bit messy. We'll see that this week, we're looking at this one here, it is also a horizontal level for this weekly reversal here. So it is a low test bar. So if I remind you again what a low test bar is, the price is opened here, it has gone down like this and it's gone up and it's finished somewhere around here. So you look like we've got a long tail and it's testing a level. So the strategy then for once we've seen a bar like that is we can choose to trade, and where we would choose to trade is we would, depending on how aggressive you are, is that we put a stop loss down here below the bar and we would enter above this bar. So if I can get my arrows to work, or maybe if I take some of the arrows off the chart, it'll become a little bit easier to see what we're doing. So I'll take these ones off because this one here didn't happen, so I'll take those off. I'm not worried about this one. And you'll notice one of my protocols also is I leave all my pictures on the charts. So our stop loss would be in here, and we could choose to enter above this bar. So let's just say the high on this bar is we'll see the numbers up here appearing up on the left hand side. The high on that bar is 424.28. So we could say go at 425, and the stop loss would be below the low here, and the low was 409. So we would have, let's say, put it at 405. So we'd have a $20 stop loss. on this particular trade. Some traders, and I'm one of those, I would put a half position on this, and I'd look for confirmation in the next bar. So let's see what actually happened in the next bar. The next bar has behaved in exactly the way we would have liked to see. We've got the open here, it's tested a level, and it's run up, and it's closed at about that same level. This also looks like a low test bar. We actually don't call it a low test bar when it's in the middle of a range. It's just in the middle of a run. But our second entry point then could have been above this bar here. And that would have given us the high on that bar there is 426.75. So we say we were, say, at 427. And then the stop loss down here. And then as we go, we'll see that what's actually happened here is that we've actually had a reasonably good run so far. We've gone from 426 to 436, so that's a $10 run. And while I'm looking at this, had we entered this trade, you will remember I talked about a ring low. So we get a bar that looks like this, a bar looks like this, and a bar looks like this. A ring low giving us a shape like that is also a very powerful place to put a stop loss. Bearing in mind this bar is still, this is today's current bar. So if it stays this way, we could look to moving this stop loss to here tomorrow. And then we've got a trade that is got much less risk at play. Now the other way to consider trading here is that we're now comfortable that we are that we've broken out of this medium-term downtrend, because we've had a retest and running away. We're only really going to be totally confident when we've cleared this high here, which was the last high, and then when we've cleared this high here, which is actually going to be a very important level, because we see it's got several touches across here, and this, as it's a green dot line, and you'll see that these have been drawn off the weekly chart. But we've got a bit of space to run. The next avenue for looking at trading is to explore. Now we're convinced that it's in an uptrend. We also want to explore, are there alternate ways to enter, because now, given that I was in the mountains, I certainly did not want to enter here, because my stop loss until I know tomorrow would need to be here, and that is a pretty wide stop loss. It's quite a lot wider. So one of the other ways of trading is to explore whether we could enter this on a lower time frame. So my principle then is if it's clearly proving that it's in a trend, I can make an entry at a lower time frame. So if we go down to the next lower time frame, I will talk briefly about what I'll remove this colors, which will come from the Fibonacci. We'll bring the whole, and you'll see my lines in here. These are the lines that come from the previous chart. And this is where that low test happened on the daily. So what I'm looking for is there a way to trade this into this trade on a lower time frame? So the first thing I'll do is this is an important turning point, is I'll draw a trend line in here, and I will look to look for entries when the trade has done this. It's gone up, gone down, gone up, gone down, gone up, and you see each time it does this, it's making a higher high. This is very tidy looking trade. So what I will be looking to do is to consider on the 4-hour chart, wait for the pullback down to here and to enter here. So that's it for the review of the breakout of the triangle and the retest. I've missed this trade opportunity, but I might consider this on a 4-hour chart because we are starting to get some nice cycles on a trend line. That's it for this week. Happy Bitcoining and happy trading.